and then we're going, Trevor, I swear to God, I mean it.
I will cut it.
Cut that.
I will cut
Trevor likes to do this shit where I tell him to cut something and he just doesn't fucking cut anything.
You have like intro music to come in.
Yeah, we got a little intro song. Trevor made it. It's his own beat. Hey, bro, everything here is homemade.
Oh, I bet.
Look, I brought I actually, just to make you jealous, I brought my AAU trophy beside me just to
I was gonna get to asking about what that was.
All right.
I've only done one other podcast, so I will say, like, from outside looking in, you guys are already the best one I've ever done.
Let's go. There's only two, but let's go. Tell me when you're ready to hop in.
I'm ready.
I just don't want your awkward arm.
You don't like that?
All right. Let's get into it. Very, very, very special guest here on FTR. Clemson football, defensive end, good friend. Can we say good friend?
Friend of the pod.
Can we say good friend of the podcast?
Say good friend for sure.
Good friend of the podcast, KJ Henry. How are we doing, my guy?
Doing good. Can't complain at all.
All right, so I'm not taking it easy on you today with questions. So this is probably going to be the easiest one, the first one. How sick is it to be KJ Henry on Clemson's campus?
It's very easy when you're friends, especially when you're friends with Trevor. So it's not hard at all. It's going class to class, and then obviously with a pandemic, just getting to chill at the crib. So it's nothing too crazy.
Yeah, I was gonna say pre-pandemic it was probably a whole lot cooler. But like you're living out like most guys' dreams to be friends with the number 2 draft pick this year, and also just be a stud on Clemson.
Can't predict the future, but definitely told him we'll take the number 1 draft pick over the Heisman Trophy any day. So
yeah, I'm definitely kidding about the number 2 pick.
Hopefully, I'm right.
Just my first question, this one I had to get out of the way. How fast are you? Just tell all the scouts out there, tell us your hand size, everything.
We do have a big in with the scouts, so go ahead and let them know.
Honestly, been a while since I haven't done measurables. I don't think since freshman year, but probably like a 4'6" guy.
Damn, that's kind of quick.
That's it.
Yeah, it's nice. It's average.
What's the vert at?
Right now 0.
Nice, yeah. I was gonna say with the knee injury that happened in the last game, how you holding up? We talked about it a little bit before we hopped on here, but how you holding up?
Doing good. Pretty definitely like the worst injury I've ever endured, but could be worse. For sure, definitely could be worse, especially like after watching the clip. Like, my player hit my knee, but he kind of got out the way. So if he would have kind of stayed in that, direct path or whatnot, it could have been much worse. So, like I said, can't really complain. It'll be better for sure.
Yeah, when I was watching it live, I thought the leg almost came off.
Yeah,
that's how. And then I saw you on the ground. And I was like, "Oh, mother hen, here we go." And I see you come back, and I'm like, it must have been just scary. You know what I'm saying? You know those injuries where it just scares you more than anything? Because you did like a half flip in the air too, didn't you?
My knee definitely came out of place.
Yeah.
That's like the first thing they said when the trainers came out was like how they had to put it like back in place or whatnot. So I ended up tearing my MCL. But yeah, like really just through halftime and stuff, like the adrenaline was definitely helping me, get through it. And we was kind of down on some other injuries too, so it wasn't a tough decision. Like I knew I had to come back in, so it is what it is.
Facts. Have you heard like what the timetable is for like recovery?
Yeah, it could be like 4 months. I'll be out for a good little bit for sure. But end of the season, just getting ready for next year. Like I said, in the grand scheme of things, I know it could have been like worse. So it is what it is.
So another question, just about like kind of behind the scenes behind Clemson football. Who gets dibs on the videos on Twitter that they post, like the Thriller video and the Laugh Now Cry Later video?
Are they picking you, or do you like say I want
Do
to
you
be in this?
volunteer
Yeah.
for it?
It's a mix of both. The Laugh Now Cry Later video was that thing kind of blew up. And
Yeah, it did.
we didn't really expect, I guess, that much. Like we just expected it to be, or at least I did. I'll speak for myself. Expected it to be another video that we just did, but the media folks, they're really cool and stuff, and they kind of like went throughout the team, try to keep it diverse. You know what I'm saying? Different positions and whatnot. So that did pretty good. And then when we came through the Thriller, we kind of had that same group message. It's literally called Laugh Now, Cry Later, like everybody else in the music video. And we kind of put it out there. So like the first time around, it was kind of like a, pick and just try and pick as many people as possible. But the Thriller video was more of, if you want to do it, come do it type thing.
Gotcha. Just kind of obviously you don't do that type of stuff every day, but what's a day in the life of KJ Henry look like?
Sure. You want end season? You want like an end season day?
Both.
I want it all, and tell the truth, because we know you're not always grinding. Tell the truth.
Goodness, I'm definitely not always grinding. So we'll start with out of season. Shoot, we'll start with like a day like today. If I wasn't injured, but if I wasn't injured, it probably would be like, wake up at like 10, grab a late breakfast, maybe Bojangles something, and then
Go to order.
Yeah, go to order.
Yeah.
It depends. If it's my first meal of the day, it's usually a sausage, egg, and cheese biscuit, and I'm more of a fries guy instead of bow rounds.
In the morning, fries?
Yes, fries in the morning. I know that's tough. Don't get me wrong. I know that's not the norm. So say what you need to.
Are you a honey mustard guy?
Yes, but that's not with the biscuit though. That's with the
with the fries.
Yeah, the tenders and the fries. Yeah.
Okay. All right. After breakfast, what we got? What's going on?
Yes, and then I'll head either to facility to either lift or like we'll do, if we text in the D-line group chat, we'll do like some field work or something. So we'll usually like try and work out like Monday through Friday, and then weekend go out, have a good time. That's like the off season, and then the end season, I think of like our hardest days, which are our Tuesday practices. If it wasn't like a pandemic or something, wake up, you could lift in the morning, either lift on Monday or Tuesday. I usually lift on Monday and get it out the way. But you can lift on Tuesday morning, wake up, class in the morning, and then there's kind of like a schedule, like practice block. So like all of our classes get out by like 12:30. Come in for lunch, treatment, film, whatnot, and then team meeting, more film, and then we go out for practice. And like Tuesday, that's our hardest day because that's like the only day where we're full pads during the week, and the season is on Tuesdays.
That sounded way too normal.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It sounded like a real college, like a real college athlete.
Well,
I wasn't expecting it.
Yeah, I was expecting like, wake up, a little filet mignon with some eggs.
I mean, the food is great. I mean, there's no doubt about it. Not the filet in the morning, but yeah, no, it'd be chill. Like, I guess the difference between our school and like some schools, like Chase Bryce went to Duke, like they're a little different. Like they practice in the morning, so they're waking up. And I don't know the exact time, so it's just like guessing, but like they're waking up at like 5:30, 6 a.m., going to practice, getting all that stuff out the way in the morning, but then they don't really see each other in the afternoon that much. And it's all like schoolwork and school in the afternoon. So it's kind of better, in my opinion, that we do it like that, school first, because throughout the day, everybody got different schedules. So you still seeing guys in the morning and whatnot. And then, end the day with football. So
Is Chase Bryce smart enough to go to Duke?
Chase is very smart.
Okay.
Chase is actually very smart. Yeah. I'm excited to see him at App because I feel like everybody in North Carolina just like slick cheers for App, like whether they want to or not. It's just
that is true.
Yeah.
People silently cheer for App.
I am a loud fan of App State, so it is what it is. But I feel like everybody in North Carolina just like silently cheers for him.
Yeah.
Always.
Speaking of smart people,
go ahead.
We probably should have said this when we started, but congrats on graduating in 3 years. That's a big deal.
Yeah, I appreciate that. That's what I was telling my girl about. It's kind of weird because like I know I'm supposed to think like it is a big deal, but at the same time, like I'm starting my master's right now, so it's like I graduated, but I still got more school, so
Yeah.
it's kind of hard, to like really see it. But I know it's a big accomplishment. And, no, it was definitely cool for
I
sure.
mean, it's not as prestigious as a Catawba College degree. we know how the ACC works with their degrees, but
Hey, North Carolina's in the ACC. We know what happens.
yeah, we know what happens around there. But speaking of practice and stuff, I keep seeing like on your Snap stories, like in season, like these like player presentations or whatever that is. What is that?
Player presentation.
You got like it's like a dude is always up there like with a mic.
I got you. So he that's flavor. All right. So like before we have team meetings, one of our like grad assistants or whatever, he does some stuff with media. He'll pretty much like hit us with our daily announcements, like for like if you come to school or something. So it's like don't wear hats and hoods in the building. We had social distancing, so take your chairs. So put your chairs over there when you're done. And
so it's like an HR meeting, basically.
Well, it was right before the team meeting, so it'd be right before Coach Sweeney came in and talked to us every day. But he was just like telling us like if you got tickets this week, make sure you get them in by Friday, stuff like that. And then he would end with his little joke or fun fact of the day. Sometimes I laughed a little too hard. We definitely were like sometimes being sarcastic, but some days he really hit us with a good one. And that's what I was trying to share some love.
I got you.
I feel like everybody knows how Dabo is. Like he's corny like that. I tell people that don't really know much about Coach Venables, just like his intensity that he brings. I just talk about that real quick.
Coach V or Coach Sweeney?
Yeah, Coach Venables.
He's definitely the most intense person I've ever met in my entire life. I remember like last year during practice, like we're not supposed to hit the quarterback because he's our scout team quarterback.
Yeah.
And we're not supposed to hit him. But like some days he'll like try and get under your skin, like, and he'll act like he's really kicking our ass pretty much. Because he's trying to be the other team. And we'll definitely start to get pissed off. And like we broke his finger last year.
Yeah, they call him Jimmy Green Beans, isn't it? It's something like that.
Yes, and the thing is, Coach Sweeney tries to give him credit because like he's like these he's starting to make some throws on y'all.
He's tough.
Putting things on the dime, and I'm like, hold up, Coach. Hold up. But he's been the quarterback for 8 years. It's about time he started putting some things on the dime. So it definitely is. It's an intensity like no other. I'll give y'all a little sneak peek.
You keeping with Coach Venables.
Yeah.
How many lines of cocaine does he do before the game? It's a serious question. And the holdback coach, I don't know his name, but he needs to get paid more.
I got you.
Pre-workout, is it Coke? What is it?
I got you. It's two things on that. So no lines, but the amount of bubble gum this man chewed before a game is.
That sounds like a guy who does Coke. Someone chews a lot of gum.
It's literally ridiculous. It's so crazy. And then Coach Smo, he's our position lifting coach for D-line. I told him I'll never forget, like when I was a freshman, I told him, I was like, wow, you're the get back coach. I was like, ever since I was watching Clemson football, I always thought it was a real coach. And that kind of definitely insulted him because he might not be like a football coach, but he is a coach in his own field. So he was definitely disrespected, and that's kind of like our little joke. But nah, he definitely has the strength to do it. Coach V respect, he knows what he's doing is best for him. But it's definitely a job for sure. He takes it seriously though.
You didn't think that was a good question, Mitch?
It was a great question. I thought it was an awesome question. That's why I literally pointed at it. I was like, please ask this.
That one's been stirring around in my brain for a while.
And on this show, we go through a lot of spreads of NFL games, and we even did some college games. So my question is, have you ever been aware of like what your spread is going into a game? Have you ever heard anything on the sideline where it's like, oh, damn, guys, we're not covering -10 tonight?
I've been aware.
Good question.
Thank you.
We are aware. Well, I'm not gonna say we. I've been aware of the spread, especially in big games. Never in my life have I heard anybody on the sideline talk about the spread.
Okay. So like I just always wondered, like, cause I mean, we played D2 and we've always given like before a game, we would give ourselves like a fake spread. We're like, yeah, we're -3 today against whoever. But I always just wondered if like, as an offense, like second teams out there at the end of the game and Clemson's trying to cover like -28 against Wake Forest or whatever, if they're like, all right, like
we need
one more touchdown and we cover.
Nah, and not in the game, but like if I see we're supposed to like really beat a team bad, I see that before the game. I mean, you just know how Clemson works, right? So like, if we're beating somebody bad, we're not going to key all the starters in and whatnot. So I usually would tell people like, I don't know if we're going to cover that one just because that's just how we are. So
especially like the overs and like like games you are playing someone like not very good. Do those even hit usually?
Nah, bro.
Because other teams not scoring.
Yeah, and Clemson will take out everybody in midway through the third.
And not,
like when they play the Citadel and stuff.
Yeah. That's my only complaint about Dabo. Doesn't care about the spread.
Just a question about dudes on the team.
Care about the spread, I promise you.
Dudes on the team. You're going to a fight. Somebody calls you out. They want to fight you. You're bringing 2 guys on the team with you. What 2 are they?
It's probably gonna be my DBs. I'm probably gonna take Darion Kendrick, number 1, and he's probably gonna be mad I even brought it back up. But that boy Booth, Andrew Booth,
really? Hey, no, people saw Booth scrapping
versus Louisville.
Yeah, we saw that.
The world's seen it, so I feel like they're already intimidated. I would have to bring those 2 for sure. They got some hands.
You wouldn't take any of your dudes on the D line? Them dudes are dogs.
Yeah, pound for pound, you're taking DBs.
That's what I'm saying. If we're talking pound for pound, but I'm just talking about hands. Like,
I think I could handle a Clemson DB.
Oh, are we setting that one up too?
No, yeah. Okay, so that will lead me into one of my questions I had. So I've talked about you on one of our episodes before, and I said that I wanted to compete against you in an Oklahoma drill. So I know the knee. I know you literally hurt your knee on purpose to avoid the Oklahoma drill. But when does this happen? When you're healthy, can we get this to happen, or is Dabo going to say no to you possibly
getting? But we could make it a Clemson football Twitter thing. We can put that thing on Twitter, son.
Yeah, Dabo will probably say no.
Because he's scared because he knows I could win that Oklahoma drill.
He sees that podcaster physique.
Yes.
Literally. He's probably going to end up doing this film, and he's going to know that that's not anything I want to be a part of. And probably will be trying to save face for the program and myself.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Could you imagine like a video? It's like KJ walking into the film room and Dabo's up there watching film of you, like
me hitting it,
like doing sprints and shit.
No, I would. If you need like with COVID and the way things are going, if you need like a highlight reel, I will literally dress up in some pads and you can just throw me around like a rag doll and make you look like just an absolute beast. I don't know if you need that. You probably got enough film, but if you need some extra film, I'd be happy to pad up. And
I know that it's extended, and I will put you into consideration.
Perfect. Let Dabo know. Because I think I have another year of eligibility too, and I punted, so let him know.
Hey, so you were 5-star recruit coming out of high school. What were you, top 20 recruit?
Yeah.
So obviously big time. Every school probably wanted you. What was that like going to all these different schools, and where was the one place that really won you over? It was obviously Clemson, but were there any other places that like you were leaning towards?
Nice. It was crazy. I'm not gonna lie. It was crazy. Getting to travel, see all these schools, and it's pretty much like every school just, like you imagine, like they want you. And so that's kind of cool to see, like showing you the best things that they have to offer. And then just like around West, around like, my hometown and stuff, everybody started like know who I was and whatnot. And I just felt like I was just playing high school football. So that was kind of cool. And then like as far as schools and stuff, I think I really like Georgia. Going into it, I'm kind of glad. They're really a really good party school, so probably best in my best interest that I stayed away from that. Virginia Tech was cool too. I liked their culture. It was just a little too cold for me. You
probably knew Did you know Hendon?
Yeah, okay.
Okay, yeah. I thought you did.
It's
And
Trey,
Trey.
all them boys, yeah. So
Yeah.
they was definitely trying to get me there.
Yeah.
And playing them this year, let me know I made the right decision because that was the coldest game I've ever played in my entire life. But it was a good school there. But yeah, obviously, you know, Clemson won it over for sure.
All right. I'm sticking with the hard questions. So you lived with Trevor Lawrence, correct?
Yeah.
All right. Have you seen him this year watching a Jets game and rooting on the Jets so he didn't get picked by them?
I lived with him, but I don't live with him anymore. But no, I have not.
So you haven't seen like in his closet out of nowhere, you just see like a Jacksonville Jaguars hat or something like that. Like he's already ready.
None of that.
Okay.
I can honestly say, like all jokes aside, he wasn't anytime, and like we're great friends. So anytime we talked about it, he was just like, he just focused on the season. Like he just focused on finishing. And that's who he is for real. So that was kind of cool to see from my perspective, like he could really just have his mind on that, but he was focused on Clemson. So he's all focused on his next option now, though, for sure.
Yeah, for sure. You can go ahead.
So you know how the mustache thing with Trevor and that reporter happened?
Yeah.
Can I clown you right now? And then maybe it'll get picked up on ESPN, like two fat podcasters clown KJ Henry from Clemson.
Go in.
All right. Say something so I can see your face. Boy, you need a damn haircut, that nappy ass head. No, I'm kidding.
He looks like you know what you look like? You look like medium Albert instead of fat Albert. You look like medium Albert.
Boom, roasted.
That's on ESPN. That'll
roasted.
Medium Albert.
Yeah, two fat guys call KJ Henry medium Albert. No, but all jokes aside, I like Trevor seems like a really down to earth guy, so I figured he probably wouldn't be one of those.
And that makes it so much easier to like say shit about.
Yeah, exactly. But obviously you're not going to play against guys that are as nice as Trevor or genuine as a guy. Who would you say is the best shit talker you faced?
Good question.
Thank you. In college.
That is a great question.
And who was the worst?
There we go.
I never thought about it. I'll probably just go off this season since I played. Like that's the most I played. The best one. The one I don't know necessarily which one it was, but the O-line from Notre Dame wasn't really expecting them to talk that much ish. It was surprising. It was surprising, you know, with the background of the Catholic and whatnot. They was coming pretty crazy for sure. Obviously the first time and they beat us and stuff. And so I'd probably say a mix of their left tackle, their right tackle. It was funny. The right tackle definitely started talking smack, and then like he had blocked me on one play, and he said, "No, that's not happening today." And literally the next play, I got my sack. So I thought that was funny. But probably the worst might be the left guard for Pitt, and it's only like he's a good player. But like we were winning by so much. I think anytime we're winning by a lot, if you go really just start talking, like he's the first one that comes to mind. And like he was getting his job done. But
was he like what kind of shit talking does a left guard from Pittsburgh say? Like,
I mean,
get some like that.
Not today.
I literally like that's what it is though. Like not today. That's not happening in here. All that stuff. Like
we gotta find that guy.
You're too small.
We gotta get that guy on.
It's just funny, bro.
Yeah, name drop him. I'll slide in his DM right now. We'll fix this.
We can give him the Zoom code, son.
Yeah, I didn't know if you had any encounters with a quarterback that talks shit. I didn't know if Justin Fields was like a shit talking.
Nah, bro.
You don't think?
No way.
Really?
Jay was. I mean, me and Justin are cool, so he wouldn't have to me. But
no, that dude was just on a different mission that night.
Yeah,
he definitely was for sure.
Hey, but 6 straight ACC championships, that ain't something to frown at either. It was
mad.
still successful.
Mm-hmm.
Not mad about it.
If you played football at Catawba, how insanely easy would it be for you?
That's funny. I haven't even seen y'all team play this year, or last year, but I hope I do good.
That's a tough question to put you in because then you're talking shit about a bunch of people right there.
Let's say I'm not gonna disrespect.
Okay, I'll let all my friends know that you said it would be insanely easy
on that team.
That's noted.
Nah, it'd be fun though. I mean, that's where my dad played. So
yeah, well, when you actually like any game that Clemson's on that my dad stumbles upon because he's still new to like TV.
Yeah, it's
at
like
this point.
No, it's a dad thing to do.
Yeah, just primetime games. Anyways, he'll text me and say Keith Henry is playing because I think they went to school at the same time. So he just calls you Keith and he says Keith's son, basically.
That's beautiful.
This is probably my last Trevor question, but
probably.
When did you know when he got on campus that he was gonna do it? You know what I mean?
I be a man.
Yeah, like immediately.
Honestly, I didn't know that much about him. Like, and it's like I might have been living under a rock. I don't know. Like in the recruiting process, like I didn't hear about him a lot. I will say, I think it was my sophomore year. It was in high school before I even got an offer. It was like all recruits, and Coach Sweeney said, had all the recruits there. He said, this culture precedes more than one player, and like I'm gonna make sure I learn to know you guys and get to know your families and what type of person you're gonna be before I offer you. And then he just talks about Trevor. He's like, Trevor's gonna be one of the best players ever. And he was like 16. So I'm like, what is happening? He's like, he's going to be one of the best players ever, but I'm not going to offer him right out of middle school. Like, I got to see what type of man he's going to become. So that was like the first hint of how good he was going to be. But shoot, I didn't really know like, oh, he is the real deal until we played Texas A&M, and he came in, and it's like we're the same age. We're in the same grade, but you are doing way more stuff than I would ever be doing at this stage right now. I said, oh, yeah, he's different. So probably the Texas A&M game.
I just wonder, like, when you like, do you know you're the man? Like your awareness of, oh, I'm in this moment, or do you just ignore it? It doesn't feel like that big of a deal.
I don't know. I've never been in that situation, so
I was about to say I've let off in a D2 World Series. That's the extent of cool stuff.
And if I had to say for him, like he understands like who he is and his influence for sure. But I think in moments like that, like especially in the game, he's just happy he's balling. Like he's just happy he's playing good. So
who was your kind of like mentor your first year there at Clemson? Like who really took you under their wing and taught you everything?
Yeah, first year it was our DNs, Clee, and AB, Austin Bryant. They was the guys for sure.
Yeah.
Looked out, taught me the way. They was cracking on me. They made me grow up real fast, but I definitely needed it. So it was them two for sure.
What going back to like being aware that you're in the moment and stuff, but in any of your games in college, what's been like the worst / like funniest moment in a game? Like obviously Lamar Jackson shit himself in a primetime game this year. Have you had anybody poop or anything like that in the middle of a game?
Any close encounters?
Close encounters to someone pooping themselves, yes.
I haven't. Being honest, I haven't even like – I didn't even know about the Lamar thing until you literally just said it.
It's actually not true. He got cramps, so he says.
I was about to say, I know what you're saying. Okay.
But we've all seen that run before. We know.
Yeah. So have you ever had to poop in the middle of a drive and you're like, uh-oh?
I can't say I have. They'll put up the tent if we have to go pee.
Okay.
But that's it.
You can't poop in the tent.
See, I didn't even know that was a thing.
Yeah. So no pooping in the tent though?
I haven't heard anybody have to go number 2 in the tent.
Okay. I feel like I would have to poop in the middle of the game.
Oh,
and someone hits me hard and it's already there. That's tough.
So I went to Clemson and visited, and it was
for baseball?
No. No. So my buddy, he was friends with Dexter from high school, Dexter Lawrence, and we went down there and we stayed with him. And we went out that night, and I told people that I was an O lineman. I was like 4th-string O lineman, like I'm on the practice squad type thing, and they believed me. Would I get beat up if I saw another offensive lineman out that night?
Good
I
question.
don't think so, because our mutual friend Zach did pretty much that exact same thing, and he was just fine.
Okay. So
Zach,
What
But-
position
but
did
he
Brinkley
yeah,
say
what
he
posi-
was?
Did he say DB?
yes, no,
Who the hell believes?
he didn't. Zach
Okay.
said he was the punter.
The punter.
I've seen that guy punt.
His claim to fame in football, he lives and dies by punting a football. So that's what he said he was, and it worked. And I swear people believed he was our punter. So
That was my last football question. Do you have any more football questions?
No.
Okay, I do have some non-football questions,
love it.
and it is Bachelor talk. So I know that you watch The Bachelor here and there. We're both pretty avid Batch watch guys. Have you watched the new episode of the new season that just came out?
Literally just watched it last night.
Okay, what are your thoughts on Queen Victoria?
Why did he keep her? Let's just start.
Dude,
here.
the producers had to make him. Did you see?
That's what I was telling my girl. I was like, and she was the last rose. Sorry for anybody I'm spoiling this for. Made me so mad. Made me so mad.
Do you have any like early favorites?
I think her name's Kayla, the girl with the truck.
Yeah, she's from North Carolina.
Exactly. I feel like for a guy from North Carolina, that's pretty cool. How like she was bringing back them flavors. The girl he gave the first impression rose to, I thought that was pretty genuine. I thought that was pretty cool.
Abigail, she's deaf.
Really?
Yes, she's deaf, but she is the best looking girl there.
Yeah, she's very attractive.
Super nice too.
She is. And then I'm trying to think. Oh,
I kind of like what was her name? The vibrator girl.
I knew you was about to say that. I knew you was about to say that. She was interesting. The girl who she tapped with that on her shoulder to make her leave. I thought she was a good candidate too.
Oh, you like her?
Not the girl who used it, the one that she like interrupted that was talking. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. I know exactly who you're talking about. She was pissed because she goes, "Hey, excuse me, can I steal him for a second?" and taps the girl with her vibrator. And that was like her entrance to Matt. But there was one other girl the girl that had the same name as what she named her vibrator. Was it MJ?
Ooh.
MJ was one of my favorites as well. But
She named it MJ because it never missed.
Clutch. Hey, never had to go to a game 7 either.
No.
Always finished it off nice and quick. But Megan, I'm sorry, I just lost track of thought when I started saying that. No, but Megan was talking about golly, where was I going? Oh, the North Carolina girl. She was like, how shitty would it be that you have to come on to The Bachelor and meet all these people? Like there's a girl from Ethiopia or something, and just for you to meet someone from the same state as you. Like,
wait, I didn't know the dude was from North Carolina. Where's he from?
Yeah. And KJ, you know him, right?
Bro, yes. It was like, I swear my girlfriend had to be getting mad last night. I was having an epiphany. All right. So people who don't know, my dad used to coach at Wake Forest. I think it was his last year. He was coaching this guy. Like, not in the same position group, because my dad coached defense. But I'm gonna talk to him today. Like he knows Matt. And like, well, I knew Matt. I was looking at the team, I was like, this dude looks so familiar. Then they started rolling back and I seen him in his dreads, because that's how I knew him. And I was like, oh my goodness. He is the Bachelor. I thought it was the craziest thing ever. I really did.
Like, obviously you don't know him that well, but is he actually what he is cut out to be on the show?
Yes. Like that's him. That's definitely. I was younger. So I'm not gonna act like we're best friends, but I remember his face and I know him. Like if I would have like seen him on the street, I would have known his name was Matt. So that was cool to see. But yeah, it's interesting.
Where would you rank yourself in the Hooper category on Clemson football? Where would you rank yourself?
Top 5. I'm top 5. And I say it so abruptly because we've had this conversation too many times on our team. And I just let the guys know I'm top 5.
You said number 1?
No, top 5.
Top 5.
No.
Well, I'm the number one basketball player on this podcast.
He is.
So
He whooped my ass. You need to check it out on our Instagram page. We have a hype video. It's probably cooler than anything Clemson's ever dropped. We're better than their media team. Not saying it, but Trevor did a great job with it. So do you have any more questions?
Oh yeah. It's not really a question. It's just letting you know that officially From the Rafters podcast is buying stock in KJ Henry. We've already bought stock because we've talked to you and we've seen you around Catawba numerous times. But we are officially buying stock into you. So when you get drafted, you're coming back on, right?
Yes, I'm here.
Let's go.
Let's go. We're in. So I have probably 3 more questions, and I'm gonna throw one in. Trevor literally slid me a sheet of paper that he's excited to ask some questions. Trevor said,
Trevor's funny.
"What music?" And I'm just gonna quote him exactly how he wrote it. What music gets bumped on game day?
Good question, Trevor.
I'm not gonna lie to you. Let's go through the playlist, and I'm gonna give you.
Is someone designated on aux, or does everyone have their own headphones in the?
Well, from that perspective, yeah. So there's no big speaker. We keep it quiet, ready to kill type vibe before games. So everybody has their earbuds in before the game, and you listen. And even if you listen to the music and you rapping it out loud, people be like, "No, you got."
But post game, it's we win, we dance, and they be getting rowdy in that thing, son.
Post game, it's whatever's on the playlist. I'm glad you bring that up. We gotta be better next year. I feel like we gotta be better.
Nah, I know y'all play Pipe It Up all the time, and I'm about over it.
That's Coach Sweeney though. He loves that.
I know.
You know what I would play if I was a.
Hold on, do it again, KJ.
You doing this little dance?
Yeah,
that's exactly what that man does.
It was our song though at the Fishbowl and Howard's Rock. That's the song I would play before games.
Our song at Fishbowl.
She in my rock.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, that would be it.
Plies.
Yeah, by Plies.
Plies.
Hell yeah.
Try that one out, maybe.
See if it works out.
See, that's tough to dance to. That's tough to dance to, but
what? No, it's not.
Me
We
and
do it
Mitchum did it all the time.
all the time.
Back in the glory days.
But I mean, for the revenge tour coming up next year, obviously, disappointing end to it. But for the revenge tour tryout, She Is My Rock. Is that the name of it, or is it just Rock?
It's one of those.
It's one of those by Plies. See how it works out.
It's just Rock. I know what you're talking about.
One more Trevor question. Clemson. This isn't even a question. He just said Clemson locker room vibe, and you just basically answered it with silent but deadly.
Yeah, before the game, I'll say from the hotel, we're getting on dead silent. Everybody listening to their own music. It's like a 20-minute ride. And then Coach Sweeney makes us take our earbuds out to interact with fans. If it wasn't, during the pandemic, make sure we're not listening to music, appreciate, what I'm saying, the fans and whatnot. So he'll make us take our earbuds out, interact, show love. Then we get in the locker room, back to just getting ready. Like I said, silent and getting ready for the game. So
I actually have one last question. What's it like? Just standing on top of the hill, about to run down. That I feel like the first. I want to know about your first time it happened.
Have you nervous to fall?
Yeah. Have you almost fell before?
I have never. When I say almost fall, I think of literally about to fall and catching myself. Never necessarily happened. I'll go to the first one. Standing up there every time, it's the first time. It's so cool, bro. And I'm not gonna take anything away from it that anybody else would think. Literally, it doesn't get old. It doesn't get old. I'm 3 years in, and even during a pandemic, on a freaking Saturday night, you're looking out. It's we're about to do this thing one more time. So that's cool. And I was falling. My confidence has definitely skyrocketed. So some people would just run down it. Others, I'm a guy who. It's the hill, and then it's flat, and then it's more hill.
Yeah.
So I'm jogging down. And then when it gets flat, I'm gonna jump, and I'm gonna catch some air. The secret to it is the only reason people fall is because when they jump, you're looking straight ahead. No, you have to look where you're landing. If you look where you're landing, you're gonna see. But when you jump, you're just not gonna take into account of like the incline. You know what I'm saying? And you're just gonna miss every time. So
I have a max vert of like 23, so I don't really feel. I don't know what you're saying.
23. When have you gotten to 23? That was highballing himself.
hey,
I said max vert. I
On a
said
great
max
day,
vert.
feeling great.
a guy has torn his ACL on that hill. And XT fell our freshman year. So
Oh, that's so
yeah, he definitely fell.
that's so tough.
Can you imagine just like what I would do is just roll it down all the way at that point, just tumble it down,
Get up,
get up, and then do like a
you better get up because you got 100 more coming right behind you.
yeah, and obviously much bigger than me and in better shape. I guess I would be in good shape though if I played Clemson football.
You would think.
I would hope so.
You would think.
I would probably still have the Mac Jones body, honestly. But
You can't call him out like that.
what?
The Mac Jones.
Well, you act like Mac Jones is gonna stumble upon this and like watch it all the way through and then be like, hey,
I don't know. He knows Joe Butts.
he does know Joe Butts. So that was your last question?
Yeah, that was mine.
So I have a last question. I know you'd already brought up the draft and you're coming back on. Let's say, God forbid, something doesn't work out. What is KJ Henry's dream job if it's not football?
Yeah. I just want to kind of like my pops. I want to be a football coach. I just want to stay around the game. I guess a more interesting version of that would be I want to get into sports broadcasting, but pretty much just stay around sports. That's like the biggest thing, but definitely coaching is my number one, getting into college coaching.
Awesome. And to cap it off,
I got one last question. Okay. So NFL coming to a close. What's the prediction?
I am an Eagles fan, so my team's not in the hunt. I think the Chiefs win it again.
Okay.
All
right, cool.
That's the only right answer. But everybody's afraid to play the Ravens, and
yes,
everybody knows it. The Ravens gonna be a tough out this year. They
definitely will be.
And watch out. You know what everybody's gonna say this week?
What?
Watch out for the football team.
They're
gonna say it. They're gonna say it. Before we hop off, you know that I don't even know. I call him my little brother. He's probably your little brother, but he wants to hop in on this call. So we have admitted him. Trevor, go ahead and let him in. Zach Brinkley is going to join.
Wow. I didn't know this was happening.
I didn't either. All right.
Bink Bink.
Waiting on him to connect, but here he comes.
Our weatherman,
Zach Brinkley. Brinkley, are you there?
Good afternoon, fellas.
Brinkley, do you have any questions you want to ask KJ?
So what are your plans for next year?
Great question. I will be back to play for the Tigers, and that's really all I got for that. Just ready to start up a new season.
We're gonna
terrible question, Brinkley.
We're gonna hang out with Zach Brinkley less.
Yeah.
Good one.
I think Brinkley is this is his first audition as our intern right now. So Brinkley, fire off one more. Let's see what you got. Keep the camera steady, dude.
Better relax. I'm on my phone. I'm at work. I'm grinding.
Professional. Brinkley, you there? You got a question?
Is this better? Can you see me? I'm sitting up straight now.
Yeah. Just ask the question, dude.
What does it have to pertain of?
Brinkley, you can't hop on this and not have questions ready.
Just ask one.
Ask a question.
This is your interview.
Anything, Zach.
What was your favorite part of the season?
Good question.
And your favorite highlight.
All right, favorite.
No, it's not, Dylan.
Favorite highlight was definitely on my side, ACC championship versus Notre Dame. Probably because the play itself was just a good defensive play for the whole defense, good coverage and good contained by the whole D line. But after the game, I saw that that game was the second most viewed game of the year. So it was cool to see like it was like over like 14 million people saw that per se. So that was probably my biggest highlight. Favorite moments probably be senior night. I'll like every year you get closer and closer to the seniors, like being your age and stuff. So, and obviously we lost probably some of the best seniors we've had here in a while this year. So I'll probably say that was my favorite moment, just getting to tell them bye.
Great question, Bink Bink.
Thank you.
And now that you're on, this is just a perfect moment because you are mainly the reason that we got this interview. But back it up to fall of 2018. Dill, myself, and a couple other Catawba baseball players made a trip to Wingate University. And this Wingate guy walks in and he's like, "Why isn't the Georgia game on?" And Dill's like, "We're watching the Clemson game." Anyways, they start beefing, and we had been drinking most of the day. And then he goes, "Oh, yeah? Like, do you even know anyone on Clemson?" And out of nowhere, Zach Brinkley goes, "I do. My best friend, KJ Henry." And so I just had to bring that up now that it came full circle.
And I'm not gonna lie either. Every Clemson game that I am with somebody that was there for that story, I say it every single time.
My best friend. What number was he that year? Was it 5? It wasn't 13.
He was 13.
It was 13.
That year, yeah.
So
That was a eventful night there.
Brinkley, do you have anything you want to add about that story?
No, just that there was some fallen soldiers that night.
There were. God rest their soul.
That's in the chat.
But this has been terrific.
Yeah.
Thanks for the surprise guest, Bink Bink. We might bring you back. KJ, we're coming back once you go number 1 overall or wherever you go. Maybe you'll fall to number 8. Who knows?
Hopefully we talk sooner than that.
Hopefully sooner. But not Oklahoma sooner.
I picked it up.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's all we got. KJ, appreciate it. And can't wait to Oklahoma drill you soon. That sounded weird. I'm sorry. Thanks, KJ.
No. No problem, fellas.
Appreciate it, brother. See you soon.
All right. See y'all.
See you, Bink.
Bink.
What? I was trying to leave it. I didn't know how.